What's up, y'all? This is Star Rock and my co-host Malika Jules, and you are tuned into Smart Girl Dumb World, episode 2.
Woo! We out here. Yes. I'm
Yes.
so excited to be here with you today, Star. We've got things happening in our world, and I'm ready to talk about it. Okay.
Yes.
So
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Beyonce dropped her visuals this week for Cowboy Carter. Oh my God, the country music people are upset.
They are mad, and I love it. I do.
you know, it's just like, you know, the songs are great. You know, the visuals are great. She's from Houston. I don't know why it's a problem.
Like, why is it right? And then the crazy thing is the imagery. I mean, I'm from New York, and I know that's rodeo. Like, I mean,
Right.
we've had there's been rodeos up here. I've
Yeah.
told you off recording about my uncle who was a
Mm.
cowboy as
Yes.
well. So I
Yeah.
mean, I'm familiar with what she's trying to do.
Right.
But we also have to understand this is Beyonce,
Yeah.
and she made it very clear that this is not, what did she say? It's not a country album. It's a
Right.
Beyonce album.
Right.
So she's trying to keep us on our toes.
It is. I mean, I like that it's sort of creatively playful to me, right? It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's skirting some of the American issues, right? There's a little we're having a little racially we're not in harmony right now as a country. We're just not. We're not in harmony as a country, right? Country music has definitely doubled down over the years about keeping its image and persona a particular way. I think
Mm-hmm.
that Beyonce is putting together a little bit of that controversy, plus just her wild creativity, right? Her unlimited access to resources and ability to make things, and giving people something to talk about. And I think also challenging her style. I could imagine right now for her making an R&B album would probably be the most boring thing in the world. Sitting there,
Right.
and again,
Right.
now she can tell us a story, and I think that's what I'm interested in, is just even who are the songwriters that she worked with to like, because really what
Yes.
makes country music great is the songs, right? The lyrics, the storytelling.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes. And of course, all this stems from the experience where she got pissed off at the Country Music Awards. So now she's kind of trolling too. Right.
Right.
But in this, there is like, so I know you mentioned you love country music. So I know are you familiar with Rhiannon Giddens, right?
Yes.
Rhiannon Giddens. I
Yeah.
love her. I'm not
Mhm.
gonna say I'm a country fan. I like country songs. There are
Yeah.
songs that I like, but Rhiannon Giddens, oh my God.
Yeah.
And so when I found out that she was on Texas Hold'em, I was like,
Mhm.
okay, I definitely see what Beyonce is doing.
Yes.
And I can't knock it. Like, I hope
Yeah.
she gets Valerie June up in there. That's another country girl that
Valerie
I love.
June. She needs to get Beyonce. Valerie June would be perfect for this,
Mm-hmm,
because I
mm-hmm,
feel like Valerie June represents a lot of what Beyonce is kind of trying to get at in this. I think
mm-hmm.
because she's such a folk artist, and I think
Yes.
that it's like for Black folks, country music is a folk art to us.
Folk.
It's folk art. It's folk art. It's like it's something that we do. We come together. We do it with the least amount of things that we have, and give you the
Mm-hmm,
greatest amount of expression. Like it's folk art, like, which
mm-hmm.
I'm excited to see. But like I love folk art done Beyonce style. So there's going to be lots of sequins and glitter and short punchy shorts, and
And
just it's gonna
cowgirl hats.
get ready for the
you
hot
know,
cowgirl summer.
I'm
Hot
pretty
cowgirl
sure
summer.
the hot cowgirl summer, because Beyonce got her thing going on, and then Megan Thee Stallion is going on tour.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm really liking what the pop girls are doing in music.
Mhm.
Not all of them, but so like I like that. What I like is the independence of it all, right? Like it seems like
Mhm.
now, like even with Beyonce, for example, when she first came out, I was obviously she was very much pop, but now she's in
Yeah.
a phase where she can do what she wants
Yeah.
musically. And it
Yeah.
seems like that's kind of happening for Meg too.
Yeah.
I know Meg is like P-rap a lot of times, but I feel like she's starting to kind of dabble into other things, and it feels
Yeah.
like it's more what she wants to do versus what she thinks people want to hear. So I'm
Yeah.
not mad at that.
Yeah, I feel like Megan specifically, like her intelligence is so strong. Like out of all the P-rap girlies, Megan is the one where it's like, this girl clearly got a lot more going on up here than it's
Mhm.
like she's playing the game and playing it well. But it's like
Mhm.
funny, what she's never giving is not intelligent. I've never
Right.
seen Megan the Stallion talk and been like, every time I see her talk, I'll be like, huh, huh,
And
I
here's
like
the
her
thing,
more. Mhm.
both Meg and Beyonce, they do follow like the media girls, like the writer girls, the
Yeah,
womanist girls. Like
yeah,
they will, if you write an article where you kind of demonstrate that you get there where they're coming from,
yeah,
they'll send you some flowers. I have a couple of
yeah,
colleagues that like, they got some flowers for writing
yeah,
whatever, like a
yeah,
breakdown. And so,
yeah.
to take it back to Cowboy Carter, I'm interested in seeing if like a syllabus comes out of this, right? Or like whatever other
Mhm.
education. I mean, like Beyonce working with Rhiannon Giddens alone is like, if you look into
Right,
Rhiannon's work, Rhiannon's not new to this. She's true to this, and she has been about
exactly.
preserving Black history in
Didn't
country
she?
music.
Is she also responsible for doing the music on the opera Omar?
Omar, yeah, she won a Pulitzer for that.
She won the Pulitzer for that. Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. I mean, she's definitely a Black well, and she's more Appalachia historian. But I mean,
mhm.
it's funny because you literally can hear that sound. I think it's interesting, and I kind of love like a pop artist kind of taking a decision to educate people on history in their
Mhm.
own sort of way. Like I just think it's cool, and I think once again, even putting on somebody like Rhiannon Givens, which most people wouldn't know. But it's like through her work. I know, like I found out about her through Omar. But what was most beautiful to me about that opera was the way that the few moments that she blended um, traditional Muslim harmonies.
Which is very
Oh,
beautiful.
beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful set
Yeah.
design, beautiful. Like so many beautiful things. Most recently, Rhapsody and Sanaa Lathan dropped an interview, I believe, on
Mhm.
Rhapsody's YouTube
On her
channel.
YouTube, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I love seeing this sister put herself out there for anything because I love what she does. Um, I watched the interview and I was like, maybe 2 or 3 minutes into the interview, I was like, "Is this a female rapper?" It made just watching that interview made me realize I hadn't watched a female rapper speak who
And be
wasn't like
actually
a
vulnerable.
caricature. Yeah, like
Mhm.
who wasn't like, we get in this bag, like, it's
Mhm.
about these niggas. Like I'm
Posturing,
so
yep.
I'm so used to that. At this
Mhm.
point, like as a consumer, I'm so used to that. And I used to not be used to that, but I become used to that, right? So as
Mhm.
I was watching the Rhapsody interview, I was like, wait, is she showing vulnerability? Is
Mhm.
she talking about feeling like, and in a straight way,
It's
and in a way that's
beautiful.
not cute, and in a way that's not, but like in a real way? I thought it was
Yeah.
really heartwarming. I thought it was really
It
touching.
was. It was. I definitely wrote notes because some of it definitely spoke to me as a creative.
Yeah.
And so I actually interviewed Rhapsody in 2022.
Mhm,
But before that, I actually interviewed Sanaa Lathan.
mhm.
So do you know the movie On the Come Up? This movie didn't get
Yes,
any buzz at all.
yes, I
So
remember when it
so
came out.
Rhapsody did the music. She was the
Yeah,
one that wrote all the lyrics and stuff. And so I guess that's
yeah,
how they met
yeah.
and kind of fostered this relationship. And now I'm wondering, is Sanaa like directing her new stuff? Like that's what it seems like it's gonna be. Like maybe Sanaa is directing some of her new whatever the visuals
Mhm,
are. But they
mhm.
talk about interesting things about like Sanaa said something about they're lucky to have their art as a release in
Yeah,
this world that we live in, this crazy
yeah,
world.
yeah.
Because I'm every day I'm like, how are we functioning? Like the world is falling apart, and we're expected to still function and just act like, oh, everything's okay, everything's great. No, it's not. Right? Like COVID's still taking people out. You got this
Wow.
genocide happening
Yeah,
in Palestine, and
yeah,
freaking who knows what's going to happen with this year's election, right? Like we're swiftly moving toward fascism.
Right.
And this convicted person, I don't even
Yeah.
want to say his name, is
Right.
like he's winning all his court cases, at least in attempts to delay, right? Like you're
Yeah.
getting you have like what, over 100 charges, and yet you're trying to delay your assets being seized, and it's working, and you're trying to delay this case over here and this case, and it's working. Like our judges are trash. So then that's a whole other rabbit hole to go down, right? Like even if we did as a society finally make some progressions, you have these judges that can dismantle everything that we want to work toward. So it's like it's everything is just, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. And so to be a creative is a saving grace. And so I understand Sanaa on that. I was about to go down spiral, but to bring it back to what Sanaa said, I thought that was interesting. And then they talk about like the negative comments that you might get, which we know you open yourself up to that online. Anything you put online, I mean, it still can hurt, or it still can make you mad. How vicious people are towards you. They didn't, I don't feel like they dove into that enough. Like there's some stuff that I'm highly interested in. Like I want to know more about their friendship or their work relationship, which it seems like it's a friendship to me. Rhapsody mentioned her Graves' disease. But I'm like, wait, but I want to know more, because Wendy Williams has Graves' disease, and you know, you talked about Missy Elliott, and I didn't even realize Missy had it too. So I appreciate the vulnerability. I like the conversation for sure, but I definitely want more.
What I think I love Sanaa Lathan's B-girl. Like I love her B-girl edges.
It seems unexpected.
And it shows up. She's so consistent with it at this point. Like she's clearly one of us. You know what I mean? Like so I thought that's why I liked her interviewing Rhapsody, because I think I can speak for all of us, like that grew up in the 90s, like with a variety of female MCs. Like the current state is shocking. It's a little shocking. Like it is, like, trust me, I love it. Definitely not hating on it. A reminder, thank you, young girls, that I need to have my titties out more. You know, that I need to show my body. I'm with it. Like I love it. I do. I love it. But I'm not gonna act like it's not. It's a culture shock to me to only see one type of female MC,
to see so much of it,
to see so much, and like all these ladies have their own talents and gifts. For me, I understand how difficult it is to be a woman in hip hop. I respect any woman that's able to get up on that stage and get a mic, because I understand what she's had to do to get there. So it's like, I'm never really going to be that one to be like, nah, with my expectations of the type of art that I like. But I can just say, like, no, like it's definitely jarring when everybody's, you know, popping a squat in their photo. It's definitely jarring when everybody, it's jarring. So what for me, and so it was equally jarring to watch Rhapsody talk. And to talk about how she's demure, like she's not trying to show her body. And even Sanaa was like, "You gonna to show a little skin in the next video?"
Challenge her to, I like that.
I love that. I love that. Even though for me, it's like I've thought about this. It's like I'm somebody who by nature doesn't show a lot of skin. Like it's like, why do
I really got to be in the mood?
Why do I have to? That's why I think that's why it's like, for me, as I continue on in my own creative pursuits, I'm going to be showing skin ironically. Because I'm like, I'm never going to be into it. I'm, you know, shouts out to us girls that are like a little tomboyish, right? That are, you know, once again, it's like I was, you know, now it's like, okay, here's a little shoulder. Look, it's a bra strap, y'all.
Right.
Wow. I'm already doing better. Look at that, the views are going up. Like, share, subscribe. Woo, woo, woo. Like, share, subscribe.
That might show more skin. I'm in an interesting place because I had a breast reduction in December, and I've always had a gigantic breast. I've always been that girl with the big titties, right? And I hated it. I always hated it. I made peace with it in the sense of this is what I have, so I have to exist. I have to go outside. So I may have had moments where I felt like, okay, I'm just go ahead and wear this top, and the cleavage is there. I couldn't help it.
Yeah.
But now that they're smaller, I have to work a little harder for it, and I
Mhm.
don't mind. And
Mhm.
like now there's stuff that I can wear that I feel more comfortable. So
Mhm.
dressing for me was always about what I feel comfortable in, and it never
Mhm.
was like showing body all over the place. It just
Mhm.
wasn't. And
Mhm.
I'm not saying I don't have any like moments where I where when I was in my 20s, like
Yeah. Oh
but for
yeah.
the most part, it was always like I just didn't like the way we know what the world's gaze is on the Black woman's body. Like it's
Right.
like people feel like they own it. And
Yeah.
so I could understand that discomfort in showing yourself, right?
Yeah.
Because you some of us are just not I don't want people approaching me that way. Like it's not a
Right.
good feeling.
Yeah.
Um so shoot, I might challenge myself to wear things that maybe I wouldn't have worn before. So I mean, we'll see. We'll see how
I'm
it
down for the
goes.
Rhapsody challenge. I'm down.
I'm down for the Rhapsody challenge.
I need to. I need to. I need to. I need to. Just to see. Just because why not? Like, because
Yeah.
older. Look, views are
Just
going
look.
up. Likes are going up.
I could
That's
I
all
could
it takes.
finally wear a tube top.
Wear your tube top, girl. Wear your tube top.
And I mean, look, I've seen women who were part of the like G and up club rocking
Yeah.
tube tops, and I would see that and be like, "Good for you," because I know I would be uncomfortable.
Right. Right. And see, all my body weight is in the bottom. All my body weight is in my
Okay.
thighs and my hips. So it's like maybe I should wear a pair of shorts because that's something that I've been trained that I could never wear.
Yeah.
Right. But for me, like
Yeah.
I'm about to give y'all TMI. I'm a B cup. I'm a B cup.
Okay.
Like when I gain weight, I might hit a C cup, but it's like
Okay.
my titties are the smallest thing on my body.
Oh,
They are
wow.
so small, and like I'm always because I have a fibroid, it makes my belly pop out.
Mm,
I actually
mhm.
wear a padded bra so that my shape makes sense. But girl, these things are
Okay.
damn near mosquito bites. I'm like, it's almost like the fat goes everywhere but the titties. I'm like, God, what are you doing? Like, why did you
I'm the
curse me?
opposite. Well, I do know I get belly fat. Like
Oh yeah.
I gain weight. So I've always been like a mostly a G cup. I was like a shoot in middle school, I was like a double D, and then it just went to triple
Wow.
D, and then it went to G. So through college, I was like a G, and I probably was a G in high school and didn't know it, but I
Right.
didn't start getting fitted for bras until like college.
Ever
And
since
then I
high
had
school, I
my
was a G.
seriously, and then
I was a G since middle school.
look, I was so like, I was like, they can't get any bigger, could they? Oh, I had my daughter, and after that, I gained all this weight. They went to L. I was like, I didn't even know L existed. Oh, girl. And it's just
Girl.
started to cause problems, like,
Yeah.
physically, and I finally was just like, "They gotta go."
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
had so much that I'm probably still a double D
Wow.
now, but they
Wow.
still look so tiny compared to I haven't been measured yet. I don't feel the need to, and that feels good. But, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm probably D, double D range, which is crazy to me because that's still ample, sizable.
Right. No, I mean, like, I'm like, these are this is what my dreams are made of. Like, I almost feel like because I have small titties, like when I wear like a shirt like this, like there's no cleavage happening here. Now it looks like I have titties. This is a padded bra. Like, and the little thing how women have a little thing like that, I literally don't get it. And if I do, it takes all the titty meat. Okay, we're getting real deep.
That's what we're
All the
supposed to
titty
do,
meat.
though.
But it's like because we live in our society right now, it's very clear to me that as a woman to have success, I need to have my titties out. My
You gotta
issue
get a
is my
BBL,
titties.
girl.
I need to get a
Right?
BBL. I need to get titties. I need to get a waist snatch. What I'm bringing is not good enough. Like by the time I bring the titties up, there's no titties to go out. They can either go up or out. They don't go up and out.
You see,
God
I've always
damn.
wished I had that problem.
Damn it, it sucks. I'm here to tell you it sucks. Because when girls like they put like even for me, I'm not considered curvy because my titties are so small. People just like,
Oh.
it's like they're like confused about I'm like, but it's like it's like honey, the bodycon dress be looking sad because the titties don't be natural. Like the hips be full, the thighs be ample, the belly is definitely bellying, and the titties are giving fourth grade.
That's all
Fourth
damn.
grade. And it's like it makes me feel like it always makes me feel. Does it make me feel less feminine or less like a woman? Maybe because it's like whatever that voosh is, that va va voom. Like when girls have titties and they be all on the camera with their titties, I'd be like, I'm all up in my camera with neck. It's just neck. That's how you know. Look how hard I have to try.
Damn. See,
And
I don't have to try that. Still, I'm like,
okay, so
what's going on in here?
Are y'all? Look. I know we just started this podcast, but we surviving like some titties. I was anti-surgery. I'm on the board. Give me all the surgeries. I need a tummy tuck, a titty tuck, and an ass.
Would get a tummy. I would if I had the money. I would. See, with the production, there was some function to it, so my insurance covered most of it. But tummy tuck, I'm on my own. I got to come out of pocket for that.
I know. I'm so scared.
Wear a bodycon dress and be okay, right? Like, because that's always been a source of insecurity for me. I didn't really. If I wore a bodycon dress, I probably would wear like a vest over it or like a sweater or something like that. I didn't really comfortably wear bodycon dresses until I was pregnant because they're like nobody can say anything to you. You got the belly, your belly. But I'm kind of like maybe that's our Rhapsody challenge, right?
Yes, the Rhapsody challenge. Oh my God, that's gonna be so hard for me. I mean, I just recently did a stand-up set in a dress. Where I normally wear jeans on stage.
I remember having this convo with you.
I did not like it. I did not. I was like, no, like I didn't feel as much in my power. Like I don't know what the psychological game behind what we wear as women, as performers. I'm like, I one of those things. It's just a dress I like to wear. You know, it's like this little mini dress. I like to wear it with tights. I love how I feel in it. I love to wear it. And I wondered how that would affect me on stage. I was like, well, if I love to wear this dress around, maybe I love to wear it on stage. No, I was like I was less like this. It affected me. And I'm like, you know, and I love dresses, but I'm like, maybe, and I love how they look on stage. But in terms of my performance, ultimately I saw how wearing the dress affected my performance. And of course I didn't like that.
Okay, you definitely want to be comfortable on stage. And so yeah, I get that. So I want to see what Rhapsody comes up with too, because that's the other thing. Like you get so pigeonholed, like she's been so pigeonholed. Like you know, I think the song that she did with Remy Ma, the styling in that was really good, and I think it allowed them both to be hip hop but feminine. And Remy Ma has definitely been more like on the feminine end of dressing, but Rhapsody, you know, I definitely want to see more of what that looks like for her.
I do. And I'm so curious to see, like, you know, where she takes it, because it's like, I think B-girls, and when I say B-girls, I'm talking about women that were like, are into like hip hop, lyrical hip hop, you know, beats, fashion, like all of hip hop culture. I do feel like the B-girl style needs to be updated, right? I feel like, it's like even for me as a B-girl, I'd be having to break through my conventions. Are we always wearing Adidas? Are we wearing Adidas again? Like I have to break through the kind of updated and refresh. It's difficult, right? But I'm like, okay, I have a feeling this needs to change. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm like,
especially because it's gotten so
maybe showing a little skin is the answer. You know, I'm gonna just do the rest of the podcast like this.
I love it. Now I'm like, should I do this?
I'm starting now. Look, so that's about what my titties are. That's what my titties look like. So now, what kind of
we need our metaphoric squat pose.
Exactly.
The piece de resistance.
We need more leopard print. More leopard.
Definitely more leopard. I feel like there's been a decline in like bamboo earrings. I haven't seen them as prominently as I did. I don't know. Maybe I'm bugging. I don't know. But if that's something I definitely don't want to go away. Like,
oh, those will never go away.
Okay, because I'm like, whether it goes through or not, I'm still gonna be rocking my.
You have to keep those, because the moment you give them up, somebody else is gonna be like, "We've got to have them." So yeah, no,
mm-hmm.
we're not giving up. For me, I like to find variations on bamboos. So like these are like a
Oh, those
lucite
are like
bamboo.
lucite. Yeah, I
Exactly.
like
I have
those.
like different like clear plastic ones.
I
I
got
like
some unicorns today.
yeah,
Not bamboo,
exactly.
but I just
Yeah,
love statement making earrings. But bamboo was like top. But I
yeah,
like those. I like those lucite ones.
exactly. I'm like, oh, what are the different ways that I can like, add this culture to like kind of like my everyday life. You know what I'm saying? And
I never
so
forget one time I went on a when I was in college, I was I was a writer with the school newspaper and we went on a trip. It was like some kind of like journalism convention, HBC journalism convention. And I got on the plane and I had on big hoop earrings.
mhm.
Got on the plane and this flight attendant was like, those are some big earrings. And I was like, and
Right, once again. Once
like
again. Or it's like, "Oh, really? I didn't
right.
realize that when I purchased them, stored them in my home, and
No
paired
clue.
with my outfit today that they were large. I needed
No clue.
you to notice and then tell me how
And
big they
you
were."
already you already know.
Oh, please. Oh, please. I'm so confused why you're not like me. Are you? Are you? Are you? What?
Oh man, but speaking of like creativity and artists challenging themselves.
Yes.
Yeah, I know you've seen that Smokey Robinson video of
Yeah.
him. I guess maybe getting his sexy back. I don't know. I feel like maybe this is a
Yeah.
conversation we can have with some of the boomers in our lives about what he was like in their day, in his heyday. Like, was he overtly sexual in that way, or was it more? I'm gonna lean toward more subtle, just because of the times and like the different laws. You know, they were getting fined for all kinds of stuff. But it was amusing. I can't say that it did anything for me. It just seemed like how you would feel if it was your grandpa doing that, and you'd be like, "Oh my god, granddaddy, I don't want to see that."
Right. And I'm gonna share this. People, this is what we're talking about. Can you see this?
Yes,
So this is
So
Smokey.
it was kind of scary when he panned
and
over,
Tony
Oh,
Baker.
Tony
all of
Baker.
them seeing him, and he was like, "Oh, let me rub my thigh. Look at him recording. You gonna get this thigh rub sexy
Granddaddy, stop!
in me. So I ain't doing nothing but standing here and rubbing my thighs and being sexy." What part of the song is this? Where he was just like, "I'ma just stand here. Don't you recognize it's a man standing there?" This was the sexy search for the key.
Okay, so like I just want to
I love Tony
say
Baker. First of all,
Tony Baker, to me, he can do no wrong. Tony Baker, absolutely
same.
hilarious. Commentary, 10 out of 10 every time. Like,
Mhm,
um,
mhm.
so I love that that's what came up. I wasn't sure which one was gonna pull up. Oh, nope, we're keeping the sexy shoulder.
Oh, this
See how
told. Oh
I,
yeah, let
see
me.
how I naturally put it on? No, girl, the shoulder. And we're gonna get those views, those likes, those subscribes up. What? Is that a shoulder
That would be
roll?
the
Look
shoulder.
how sexy that is. Very sexy. It's sexy like Smokey Robinson. Let
I'll
me
give
tell
you
you why.
some
Let me,
clavicle.
there's a clavicle, honey. Tease them. Let them know them double D's is down there, but they don't get to see them yet until they subscribe. So, so like, I loved Smokey Robinson in his all purple, rubbing on his thighs. You have to understand. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. None of us were born when this man was the man. Okay. Smokey Robinson is giving every dream. Smokey Robinson is giving light skin, green eyes, plus
He's giving
crooner.
first light skinned man ever.
First light skinned man ever. He's giving prototype light skinned curly nigga. Smokey's coming through. He's taking your girl, your grandma. That would have she
I know
would have
he
been your grandma.
did. I know
Smokey came and swooped
that's
her up.
definitely a conversation worth having. All that Motown tea. I've had some conversations here and there with my mom about their shenanigans. And Smokey
Yes,
was in these streets.
Smokey was in these
So
streets.
he ain't new to this.
Smokey was in these streets. Smokey is what y'all all want to be. Like Smokey
Mm-hmm.
had bad bees and houses in the hills when we were not
Probably still.
he still has
Probably
them.
still. Mm-hmm.
Smokey
Because
Robinson
he's like 84, 83,
he's
84 or
nothing but
something.
goals. He's
Mm-hmm.
nothing but goals. I'm not saying Smokey Robinson is perfect. What I'm saying is Smokey Robinson, in terms of being an 84-year-old individual in the entertainment industry, has
Still
so much
going.
talent. Yes, he was. Look,
Mm-hmm.
I want to even yes, he was light and pretty, but this man's crooning abilities are unmatched.
And his pen game, his
songwriting game is unmatched. He just so happened to have them green eyes and the little curly curls. This man's talent is beyond, and we're so used to it. It's such a part of American culture that you can look at him up there spry and alive and probably still blowing backs out. Smokey's he's blowing out backs and young, like a girl like me.
Oh, granddaddy, no.
He can take me down. I feel like he could take me down. The way he was rubbing
he said he still does yoga, and I think he said he strength trains. Somebody somewhere asked him what he does, and he keeps it cute. He's still preserving. So
I know 40-year-old men who can't even touch their thighs like that right now. You know what I'm saying? He was touching and rubbing, and rhythmic, so
he had the little wine going a little bit.
And the wine, have you seen people that can't physically move? They were not giving what Smokey was giving. Smokey was giving let's groove all the way and cruise all night.
Yep.
I love older people because we live in such an ageist society that would love instead. I love that there's a video of Smokey Robinson going around still being on stage, still being fine, still being Zaddy. Because it's what do they want you to be? Old and decrepit in a wheelchair?
Right.
No, Smokey is living his full best life at 84. Smokey Robinson obviously did something right in terms of his career choices, his health choices. He done paid off whoever he needed to pay off.
Outlived so many people.
Because the music industry, it's people gonna have weird stuff going on, but we ain't never heard nothing crazy about Smokey, and so it's
not this generation. Some of the cheating that inspired some of his music. But other than that, that's honestly not the worst that we could have heard for sure.
No, I mean that's at this point we know that's the easiest. It's just cheating. It's in terms of the scandalous things that celebrities do. It's this,
right?
Fools be straight warmongers and child traffickers. You know what I'm saying? And nowadays,
exactly.
It's he just had too many hoes. It's almost admirable.
He terrorized his wife, unfortunately, but
that's true. Yes, that I'm familiar with. But it's but
he wasn't a whole criminal out here, as far as we know,
girl.
So.
Exactly. So we love you, Papa Smokey. And yes, you are sexy. And keep rubbing the thigh. Keep rubbing the thigh. It's hot. Because because I've decided when I'm an 80-year-old woman, I'm still going to be that chick. I'm going to be 80 years old like this. Just showing all the shoulders.
I love it.
Very sexy. I'm going to have so many men. And it's just going to be because they're going to love my shoulder.
I love it.
It's just your shoulder. See how smooth and brown. Look at that light.
I love it.
I get it. I'm starting to understand the appeal of the skin. I get it. It's cute.
There's something primal that happens too when people see skin. That's a whole other discussion. Yeah.
What in the primal mating call is happening when I show this shoulder? Okay. All right. It's not that kind of channel, folks.
That's hilarious.
Oh, did Kendrick write a diss rap? Did Kendrick write a Pulitzer Prize?
He sure. I think he got bored one day, or he maybe had a bad dream and woke up and was like, "I'm gonna come for Drake and J. Cole,"
which to me is hilarious. And it also, I was like, do the rappers not have anybody to fight with?
They really don't.
I was like,
not at that level. You know what I mean? It's so many rappers now, and yes, a lot of them can be popular rappers, but to be at a Kendrick or Drake or J. Cole level, I mean, who you gonna spar with? So I mean, that's who Kendrick got right now.
I know. Well, the kids are loving it, y'all. Gen Z's loving it. Gen Z is on TikTok breaking down
Girl,
these
somebody
lyrics.
said something so frustrating to me though. Like there's a lyric, I gotta listen to it again, but he definitely said something about he threw a shot in there about Prince outlived Michael Jackson.
Uh-huh.
And we know that that was kind of a shot toward Drake breaking or almost breaking Michael Jackson's record. But somebody tweeted like, "Oh, so he's admitting that Drake is better than him." Something he said, and I was like, "How did you get that from that line?" Like, Prince outlived Michael Jackson. The person was like, "Oh, well, he's admitting that Michael Jackson's a goat," or something. They were like trying to twist it, and I was like, "That's what you got from that." I'm botching it. I'm botching it. I'm messing it up. But whatever they said, it sounded clear to me that they didn't really know who Prince was.
Right.
I don't know. I gotta dive into some of these people's like, because people dissect music differently too. Like the bar is very low, so people are listening for different things and a lot more easily impressed. But it is interesting to see like the younger people react to this.
It is. I mean, they're into it. I almost feel like it feels uneven. Like for me, I'm like, yeah, Kendrick is gonna totally spank you guys lyrically.
For sure. I just feel like he got bored one day and was like, I don't like these niggas.
I know. Which I kind of love that. I kind of like the trolling of it. I kind of like there's that part of, because there's a part of hip hop culture too, right? It's that part of hip hop culture that is that. It's like, it's that boasty, almost like it's childish, but it's also in a playful spirit of like, what y'all doing over there? I'm doper than y'all.
Right. And then maybe also it's some behind the scenes stuff too. I think, I don't know, but
maybe.
There's some behind the scenes stuff fueling the beef too.
Yeah, because even like for me, just like in terms of lyrically, and it's like, I don't have any issues with Drake. I just feel like Drake is not in the same caliber as rapper as like a J. Cole and a Kendrick, right?
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
For me, like J. Cole and Kendrick's lyrics have a little more meat to them, and Drake's lyrics are more.
Drake is like bashing every woman he's ever dated. That's his phase now.
It would be like throwing Vanilla Ice into the Jay-Z Nas beef. Like, it's like, okay, sure, he's a rapper too. That's hard.
Like, I guess. Yeah, I get it.
Sure, we're all rappers in here, right? Okay.
Right.
And of course, it's like funny. Drake, whatever he puts it forward, he's somebody, he enjoys consuming lyrical rap. He likes all that stuff. He likes, I mean, he, back in our day in the New York scene, he was always popping up on the underground scene to get inspiration. He likes all that. He likes Jay Dilla. He loves all that. He just knows what makes him money is like, I don't mean it. I like whiny, girly type raps, which I love to sing along to, like, because I'm a girl. Why? This is how I feel when I sing a Drake song. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Toxic Drake, I'm not so much into this version of whatever he's
Toxic
doing.
Drake. Is that the era that we're in? We're in.
I think that's the era that we're in.
We're in toxic.
He went from Loverboy to this.
Angry.
I've always been more of a Kendrick and yeah,
he's a baby daddy now. So we're getting baby daddy raps right now from Drake is what's happening, really.
Probably bitter baby daddy.
Bitter baby daddy raps. Oh,
he didn't get the family with Rihanna.
Right. Damn.
I mean, he's actually said that. He's actually said that. Like, he said that at one point that's what he wanted with her, and it just didn't work out. I mean, life happens. But you feel away. You definitely feel away.
Oh yeah, I mean, nothing about him is giving family energy though.
Not at all.
And it's like, I could also say that about ASAP Rocky, but then when you see images, he's giving family energy. I'm like, suddenly he's giving family energy.
Fascinating. Fascinating twist of events, right?
The greatest dad.
All of a sudden.
Being a father can really change you.
It really can.
It can.
It can.
I think is great. No, I think I only listened to the song once. Not gonna
Mhm.
lie. Wasn't that
Yeah.
into it. Like, just wasn't.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm never gonna listen to this again. But I at least like wanted to listen to it just to see. And I was like, dang, like I'm not even gonna lie. I was like, once again, this is just me, and it's like the time I grew up in. You know, I just love a good blatant shot, like a good blatant lyric.
Mhm.
It don't need to
Mhm.
be so
Mhm.
coded. Like the coded stuff is clever.
Like, say the name. Go
I like to
ahead.
do it.
Drag.
Oh, moment. Be
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
oh, 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 oh. I gotta keep that shoulder down, girl. Come on, get it. We're gonna do this. By episode 10, I'm in the nude, you know, and it's just like blurry. It's just a lot of blurs. And you guys get to see me come into my womanhood, and it's amazing. And next thing you know, I'm music part two. You know, I get signed to CAA. It's amazing.
That is so funny. It's so funny. Nah, but yeah, no, I hope this becomes a thing. Like, as I like rap beef. I do.
I don't
Just
know what
as
to
a
do when there isn't
spectator.
any right. I First of all,
Now
thank
it's
you.
just Twitter beef.
Look, thank you to Kendrick Lamar for dropping us because we needed this. Because after the Meg and Nicki beef died down,
Nikki.
I was like, well, what's the next beat? Like, I was like,
Mhm.
hey,
Mhm.
I don't have a rap beef to talk about. But rappers gonna rap. And we love that. Rappers gonna rap,
Yep.
rappers gonna talk crap, rappers gonna make a diss
Yep.
rap. And it's like
Yep.
I believe in diss raps, even for people like me that aren't famous. Like, just make a diss rap to whoever. You know what I'm saying? I did a one woman show last summer, and it's about parental negligence, and like the girl,
Okay.
my main character, ultimately what she does is she writes a diss rap. Like, that's peak. Taught a
I
lot of
wish I was lyrical in that way. I wish I could be a rapper. It's funny. I've written songs. I have written songs, but I know my strengths and weaknesses. I ain't no rapper. I ain't no poet. I'm good with words in other ways. I wish I
I
would be
feel
right
like
on to Eat Away in my mirror.
I feel like I want to teach a diss rap class because like sometimes
Ooh,
I've had times when I've had friends who have been frustrated, and I'll look at them, I'll be like, girl, you need to write a diss rap. And like we'll go to the studio and we'll write and record a rap.
yeah.
And
No,
like
there's
she'll feel
something
better.
to that. There is something to that. I have a random kind of tangent of
Yeah.
who am I without tangents?
Right.
So back in the last presidential election, when it was like Bloomberg was in there and all
Yeah.
those people, whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember, there was a debate where Bloomberg was he just was not good. Like he just
Yeah.
froze up, and people were
Yes.
frying him left and right.
Yeah.
So, and this was like the first debate. It was like a series of debates. So
Mhm.
then I saw Bloomberg on TV. Someone was interviewing him about that. Like, what did they think about like all the clips people were making and like making fun of him and how he froze up and da 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 da. And like, so he was saying, and some of his spokespeople were saying, he's just not that kind of person to be like roddy rah rah or like to have a comeback. But he consulted with a comedian who helped him
Mhm.
kind of figure out how to be a little bit more punchy and sharp. Like when
Mhm.
people come for you, this is how you bounce back. So I say that to say there is a lane for that. If you want to teach, because there is an art to diss raps, there really
Yeah.
is. So
Yeah. Okay, so that's gonna be in my upcoming classes.
yeah, do it.
Write a diss rap. It'll be great.
Do
We can
it.
have a cipher at the end.
And
I
that's the
believe,
thing that it's you have to practice. So
yeah, I believe hip hop is the answer to most things. Like I feel like hip hop has many answers,
I
whether it
can
be a
see
diss
that.
rap, whether it be entrepreneurship. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be making a mixtape. I just feel like hip hop has the answers. You know what I
I
mean?
can see that for
Yeah,
sure.
I do. I learn a lot from the hip hop culture. I
Given the
like,
nature
for
of how
example,
it was
like
even created.
showing my skin. I'm watching the numbers rise. Hip hop taught me that. Show some shoulder, girl.
Get your
Speaking
hoochie
of
on.
showing
Speaking
skin
of,
and showing shoulder, and like how and what else has inspired me? Because I know I have to get into this nudity. This is the world we live in. People don't respect women when
you got to
they don't
get
know it.
your crotch shot, your
I gotta get my
squat shot.
crotch shot. I gotta get my squat shot. I gotta be a hoochie. I gotta be a hoochie.
That's our metaphor for peace de resistance.
Peace de resistance. A
Squat shot.
hoochie. Where is the squat shot to the hoochie? No, magnifique.
Hoochie de mama. because we were too young for Freaknik. We were too young for. I gotta put that out there because there's been some confusion about who was at Freaknik. That was Gen X.
That was Gen
that
X.
wasn't us.
Millennials watched Freaknik and hoped to also go. But by the time we got open, I figured shit down. We had Freaknik dreams.
Right. Or like
aspirations.
Or maybe mini versions.
I was like, if I
in
go
New
to a
York,
black
there
college,
was Grant's Tomb. And
I was like, if I go
ahead, I keep cutting you off. I'm sorry.
I know. I was like, if I go to a black college, I will get closer to Freaknik, and I'll eventually go to Freaknik. I got to the black college, and then Freaknik stops.
Right. There was Black College Weekend.
Yeah, my choices.
Did you ever go to Black College Weekend in Williamsburg? That wasn't even. I wouldn't even say that was Freaknik. That was very lightweight. That was like a Busch Gardens.
But it wasn't. It was not. It was
not.
Like it was just that. It was Black College Weekend in Williamsburg. Like it was.
It was definitely more fun. The worst I saw was at the end. You know, like the let out, the parking lot stuff. There were these girls like twerking on the car, but that was it. That was like the worst.
Yeah, that's what I remember. It's a lot of twerking on cars. Which, by the way, we used to call twerking freaking, which is why it's Freaknik.
Yes, freaking, so booty popping.
Technically, twerknik. Twerknik in 2024 is what it's called. But freak. That's why it's freak. And the only girls that freaked was hoochies. And as a kid, I was told I should not be a hoochie. Don't be a hoochie.
Same.
They had a song that said, "You ain't nothing but a hoochie mama. Hood rat, hoochie mama." But when I tell you, one of my favorite IG accounts right now is Hoochie Khan. Okay.
Are you gonna pull it up? Pull it up, girl. Because those were like the first free Black women that we were really, our generation were really.
How many people's moms told them not to be like this? But look at this. She's owning it. She's owning it all.
I love it. The curls, the
honey, her
ponytail.
natural
I love
beauty.
it.
Keep the hair. Like, how long did that take? A long time. Okay.
Exactly.
Peep her. She is classy.
That was my favorite style in the 90s. I could only get it for special occasions. That was like the French roll in the back with the joint coming this way, and then like a swoop or like finger waves. I was allowed to get that for special occasions. Like if I had a dance recital, and then I think my prom, I might have had a more pineapple situation for my prom, but that was the only thing that wasn't seen as too hoochie. Other than that, like I've always loved gigantic earrings, but
the French roll is classy, and the French roll for me is the official hairdo of Black girls standing on business. Like French roll, if you had a French roll, you were standing on business. But there's something about this. Look at this beautiful. It's like it's
look at that
Black culture. So it's like the things that I think it's one of those things as a Black person, as Black people, the things that we choose to do stylistically, when we do them, they're ghetto, they're all these things, right? At the time. But when you allow a couple decades to pass, you really see the genius behind it. You really see like the style behind it. And that's kind of why I love Hoochie Khan, because at the time, and you know, they're giving a lot of Adina Howard, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course,
they're giving Genuine for the boy, you know. It's like it's all about the hair, it's the clothing. I mean, it's Rosie Perez. And these are women that at the time it's like, oh, I love this one.
Millie Jackson.
Oh,
yes.
Girl,
from Jason's lyric.
Waterfall. What in the fabulous? She is.
And look at the earrings.
Lisa Nicole Carson, iconic.
Yep.
Iconic actress of the 90s, honey. And it's like, my thing is like, what I experience when I see Hoochie Khan ultimately is I get Black girl joy. These Black girls are always so happy. Even if they was about to whoop your ass and like put some Vaseline on and like, you know, take it to the streets. These Black girls actually exuded a joy that we see less of now, right? So we just want to shout out.
There's less comfort in self, right? Like those women were like, this is me. This is how I'm going to come out. I'm going to present myself this way. They weren't worried about changing their appearances and getting plastic surgery and all this. They were doing enhancements that made them feel good. It didn't matter what the outside approval was, right? And they didn't all look the same. They prided themselves in that a uniqueness.
It's the pure understanding that the European aesthetic is not for Black people. Like it's like we have our own aesthetic. We have our own things that look good on us. That to others it looks crazy. Like definitely if you were gonna take like random Samantha and put that pineapple on her and some nails on her, she would look crazy. But on sisters, it looks good. It comes from it's who we are. It's who we are as a people. Like we're ornate, you know. Everything from your bantu knots to my little buns, you know, that I wear here when I'm in between my hairstyles. It's like, you know, we have a unique beauty. And so therefore we have a unique beauty standards, unique beauty process. And it's not going to look like what it looks like for other women. And I'm at the age now where I actually really love that. Like I really appreciate leaning into my beauty as a Black woman. Like it's like, whereas there's so many ways we've been made to be ashamed of our skin tone, our hair texture, the size of our earrings, the type of makeup that we wear, which makeup, we just got makeup that even looked right on us over the last 5 years.
Right. Or like having a little belly, all the things that make us real and human.
Yeah, and it's beautiful. And I think that what I love about the Hoochie Con IG is like they always make me pause in the middle of the day and celebrate those things that I've never really quite seen celebrated.
I kind of miss, they have a couple of photos. You remember the backdrops, the airbrush backdrops that used to have us as a people in a chokehold?
And we should always be in a chokehold. Like bring them back. Bring back all the cultural aspects. I need backdrops. I need hairstyles. I need matching outfits for lovers. Give me my culture.
It was like, did you really go out if you didn't take a picture with your crew or like your boo in front of one of them?
It really
like airbrush money in the background or whatever it was, but
you didn't.
I miss those.
It was the equivalent of Instagram. It's like if you didn't get that picture taken, you didn't go.
Yep.
You didn't go. Where's your picture with the airbrush background? Remember with the champagne bottles and like the Mercedes? That was my favorite one. I was like, yeah, it's a party. 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 It's a party.
Yeah, shoulder. Come on.
Shoulder is doing the work. Okay, every time y'all see me on this screen, some sort of skin. That's what I'm doing. I'm taking the Rhapsody challenge. I'm taking the Rhapsody challenge because I feel like her. I saw so much of myself reflected in her in that interview, and it was awkward for me because I hadn't seen that in a female rapper in over a decade. I was like,
same.
I was like, wait, what am I watching? I was like, oh, a female rapper like me, you know.
And we talked about this a little bit too, like because like grown man rap exists, right? Like Jay-Z and Nas and Jeezy, like people applaud them for the music they've been coming out. We're talking about investment properties and like their marriages or their failed marriages or whatever. Right. But for women, people don't be wanting to hear that. And I'm not saying Rhapsody's gonna be on that, but I just
but whatever a grown woman's opinion is.
Yeah.
No, it was great. Yeah, so we love her. So as you can see, y'all, we can be multi-dimensional. We can love Rhapsody and we can love Hoochie Con. You understand?
Exactly.
Like, no,
we can walk and chew gum at the same time.
We can walk and chew gum at the same time. We are smart girls, and this is a dumb world. In episode 2 of our podcast, I'm Malika Jules. And of course, my wonderful co-host, Star Rock. You got thoughts about what we talking about? Leave them in the comments. Also,
hey,
like, share, and subscribe.
Hey,
also shout out to the old zaddies rubbing your thighs, baby.
Hey, Smokey. No, that is granddaddy though.
Hey, great granddaddy.
We see you though. We see you.
Hey, I know the royalty checks is coming in. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Zaddy. We're smart girls. It's a dumb world. It's been Malika and Star. We're gonna see y'all next time. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Peace.
Peace.